fight fans, Dallas Danger here, welcoming you once again inside WFS Showdown. We've got an exciting program for you today. We're of course going to be talking about the big event, the Horner Cup, that is now only 7 days away. 1 week from the action in Dandridge, Tennessee. We'll give you all the details if you've not heard them yet throughout this program. Now, we talked about it last week. Once again, here on the program today, you're not going to see Crash Cassidy and you're not going to see the television champion Murphy Costigan. But what you will see is Dr. Joe Briggs, the Doctor of Destruction, going one-on-one with a young, exciting newcomer to the World Fighting Showcase, Jordan Holt. And of course, our main event, as always, promises to bring the action that you've come to expect from the World Fighting Showcase as Mike the Man goes one-on-one with sensational Wayne Atkins. Those two have had some great battles in the past. Today should be no different. All that, so much more, all the details and excitement coming up from the Horner Cup 1 week away. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go to the action. Let's get to the ring.
Bell sounds, we are underway. The troublemaker Brian Logan in one-on-one competition here today with Braden Marshall. Braden still very new to the World Fighting Showcase, trying to make a name for himself, and he would certainly be able to do so on the program today with a victory over the nearly 30-year veteran Brian Logan. Logan taking the arm now of Braden Marshall. Reversal by the big man from Texas. Back and forth here in the early stages as Marshall gets to the ropes, and that'll be a nice clean break from Brian Logan. Brian, of course, getting set for the Horner Cup November the 27th. That'll be tag team action for Logan along with his partner Wayne Atkins going up against the tag team champions here in the World Fighting Showcase, the Heat Seekers. The last opportunity for Logan and Atkins to take those titles as Brian has the upper hand. And just as I say that, Braden Marshall with another reversal. Off the ropes now. Back elbow takes down Marshall. Left jabs by Logan, he's winding up the right. Oh, and he's getting the fans here and David behind him as he drops the elbow to the skull of Braden Marshall. Corner to corner now, Marshall in the corner, he's out of the way, and Logan goes down, clutching that left arm. He might have injured his shoulder there, and Braden Marshall is looking to take full advantage. Drops the big elbow on the shoulder of Logan, hooks the leg. That could be all, but Brian Logan escapes after a count of 2. Another elbow attempt, but Brian Logan up out of the way. Veteran move there by Logan. Off the ropes again, clothesline takes down Marshall. And the big man is reeling. Logan going for the legs, this could be it. Can he get it locked in? If he can get it turned over, and he does, that's the Logan lock, and this one is over quickly. It'll be tag team action at the Horner Cup, but Brian Logan with a singles victory here today.
Well, I'm standing here, dressing room area, with the troublemaker Brian Logan picking up a victory today over Braden Marshall with that nice Logan lock that you have now patented. But Brian, I know that singles competition is something you continue to take on, to continue to try out. But tag team competition has got to be what it's all about for you and Wayne Atkins right now.
Well, we got one last shot coming up for the tag team gold, but I like all manners of competition. I've been keeping sharp in singles, not every weekend tag, but I've been in that ring every single week. I've been training, and probably in the best shape of my career, and I have perfected the Logan lock. I have perfected that. If I get my opponent in that Logan lock, it's lights out. That's it. There's no way they cannot submit. And that right there is one of the things that are going to make me a tag team champion.
Well, Brian Logan obviously taking on any competition that comes his way, and that includes the Tag Team Champions, the Heat Seekers. Brian and his partner Wayne Atkins get one last shot November the 27th in Danbridge, Tennessee.
Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here. And if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week. But you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted super fans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.
The World Fighting Showcase is coming to the state of Kentucky. Moorhead, we're coming to see you at the Carl Perkins Center Friday night, January the 7th for an exciting TV taping. You'll see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase, including the television champion Murphy Costigan and, of course, his advisor, Bo James.
The people of Moorhead, Kentucky know all about Bo James. I've been going up there for 2 decades. Carl Perkins Center, I have sold the building out several times. I have spilled blood in that building, and I've had my blood spilled in that building. We have come to fight, and there's no place like fighting in East Kentucky because it's a bunch of heel jacks up there watching. And I want you to understand something. There's a difference between Scots-Irish and Scotsmen who created what they like to refer to themselves as hillbillies. We settled these mountains. We came here. When Daniel Boone went into Kentucky, there was 52 people with him. 4 of those people have the same DNA that's going through my body. I have been in the mountains. My bloodline has been in East Kentucky as long as Europeans have been there. And there's only one thing wrong with East Kentucky. You know what it is? East Kentuckians. Moorhead, you know all about me. If you think I'm bad, if you think I'm trouble, wait until you see my champion. Wait until you see what we're going to do right there at the Carl Perkins Center up on the hill. Wait until I walk to the ring in Moorhead and there's about a 17.5 minute standing ovation. Grown men with tears in their eyes, kids doing cartwheels, and women are going to faint because they know the greatest is coming back to Moorhead. And I'm bringing the next greatest with me.
Bo James has a lot in store for you. You don't want to miss it. Moorhead, Carl Perkins Center, January the 7th, the World Fighting Showcase.
Tag team action on the program today as Chris Phoenix in the ring right now, teaming with Nate Diamond to take on Sigmund and Elliott Russell, the Heat Seekers, the reigning World Fighting Showcase Tag Team Champions. Sigmund backing Phoenix into the corner. Call it a warm-up match for the champions as they prepare for their big matchup at the Horner Cup. Last opportunity for Logan and Atkins at the Tag Team Championships. So it's an issue that's been going on for months here on the program and in the World Fighting Showcase between the Heat Seekers and the sensational troublemakers, as it were, and Sigmund into the ropes, and that'll break the hold of Chris Phoenix. Sigmund ducks under, rear waistlock now. Phoenix with the standing switch. Sigmund looking for an escape and finds it in the form of a beautiful side headlock takeover, excuse me. Sigmund with right hands to the forehead of Chris Phoenix, who finds his way out. We're back at a standstill as Sigmund goes to the official Jake Booth. Not sure what his complaint is there, but Jake Booth maintaining order now in the early going. Boot to the gut by Sigmund. Clubbing blow takes down Chris Phoenix. Reversal on the Irish whip. Nice arm drag there by Phoenix. Relative newcomer still to WFS, trying to find his way, and a victory here in tag team competition would go a long way for Phoenix as well as his partner Nate Diamond. But Sigmund is back in control in the corner. Knife edge chop, and now a second for good measure, and Phoenix is reeling. Up and over, the very agile Chris Phoenix lands another arm drag takeover. Sigmund quickly back to his feet, backs Phoenix into the corner, but that allows Nate Diamond to make the tag. Sigmund escapes the wrist lock though and tags in Elliott Russell. More words for the official from Elliott Russell, picking up right where Sigmund left off. Diamond and Russell tie up. Side headlock applied by Elliott Russell. Shoulder tackle takes down Nate Diamond, and Elliott Russell will take a moment to admire his handiwork. Slow and methodical pace of the Heat Seekers. The top tag team in the World Fighting Showcase. Off the ropes, dropped down by Russell. Almost got Diamond, but he gets over and lands a shoulder tackle flush, and Nate Diamond is just begging Elliott Russell to come to the center of the ring and face him man to man. Russell now, looked like he wanted to test his strength. Oh, and Nate Diamond gives it right back. Listen, Nate Diamond's not going to take anything like that from Elliott Russell or Sigmund or anyone else inside the ring. Oh, and a boot to the gut there, just when it looked like Nate Diamond was taking the upper hand. Elliott Russell with a bit of a cheap shot. Nicely done by Nate Diamond, and the drop kick sends Elliott out of the ring and tumbling on the floor. Sigmund over to check on his partner. While inside the ring, Nate Diamond and Chris Phoenix are gaining some confidence now. Russell back inside the ropes now. And another boot to the gut. Nate Diamond going for a lockup there, and Russell just brutalizing him, and now taking the arm, reaching out and making the tag to Sigmund. And this is the last place Nate Diamond wants to be. Enemy territory, but Diamond out of the way. Double axe handle lands on Elliott Russell. Schoolboy roll up. Could be a big upset here, but Sigmund is out at 2. Diamond wisely back on the offensive, tagging in the fresh Chris Phoenix, who's going to go up to that second rope. Drop the elbow. Nicely done by Phoenix and Diamond. Oh, but Sigmund goes to the hair. Nate Diamond and Chris Phoenix several times now have gotten a bit of momentum, started to take the clear advantage, and Russell and Sigmund always there with a cheap shot. Double team opportunity now, and the Heat Seekers take full advantage as Chris Phoenix goes to the mat. Middle of the ring, lateral press. Referee slightly out of position for that one, and that might have been what saved Chris Phoenix and his partner Nate Diamond, as it were. Point of the elbow into the back of Chris Phoenix, and this is a major size mismatch as Russell just stands his ground and drops Phoenix. Another cover here. Nate Diamond was ready to break that one up, but Phoenix kicking out at 2. Elliott Russell maintaining the advantage, and another tag here into Sigmund. Sigmund goes to the second rope, and another nicely executed double team, and that's just unnecessary from Elliott Russell. That's the thing about the Heat Seekers. They're very talented. They are the best tag team here in the World Fighting Showcase, and arguably in all the world, but the attitude and the tactics like that make it difficult to, frankly, to root for a team like this. But success does speak volumes, and ever since the first day that they stepped inside the World Fighting Showcase, the Heat Seekers have held those tag team titles. Quick cover now out of the suplex, and another 2 count as Sigmund shows some frustration with the count of referee Jake Booth. Chris Phoenix very close to a tag there, but I'm not sure he even knows where he's at. He has taken quite a bit of punishment from both Sigmund and Elliott Russell. Nate Diamond, as you can see, reaching out, chomping at the bit to get back in this one. The great crowd here at the Field of Dreams Activity Center in Dandridge, Tennessee, getting behind Chris Phoenix, trying to will him out of this hold. And now Phoenix to one knee, back elbows, but Sigmund with a clubbing blow takes him back down off the ropes. What a drop kick by Sigmund. Chris Phoenix is in a bad way. Hook of the leg, another kick out. You have to admire the heart of Chris Phoenix, but referee's back is turned, and Sigmund using that bottom rope to choke the life out of Phoenix. And now another tag, and Double team opportunity. Sigmund gives way to Russell with Phoenix perched on the top turnbuckle. Well, this could be the death blow, but Phoenix realizes that, fights his way out, steps up to the top, flying cross body, but he's caught. Elliott Russell catches his opponent, maybe going for that power slam, but Chris Phoenix out of it, rolls him up. A 2 count for Chris Phoenix, and big boot, the biggest boot by Elliott Russell into the mush of Chris Phoenix. Into the corner, and now Russell's going to use the steel ring post and every bit of the ring here. The Heat Seekers taking every advantage they can. Referee doing all that he can, everything in his power to try and stop the onslaught from Elliott Russell and Sigmund, the World Tag Team Champions. Stomp to the gut. You can hear the effects in the voice of Chris Phoenix. Russell dropping the elbow into the cover. All the weight of Elliott Russell on the shoulders of Chris Phoenix, but somehow Chris gets out once again. What a display of fortitude here from Chris Phoenix as he'll face another double team from the Heat Seekers. Sigmund in, running with the forearm. Snapmare over, and more punishment for Chris Phoenix in the center of the ring. Once again, the crowd getting behind Chris Phoenix, trying to wheel him over into his corner. And the outstretched hand of his partner, Nate Diamond. Enziguri dazes Sigmund. That could be the opening that Chris Phoenix needs, and Sigmund finally goes down. Phoenix trying to make his way up. Sigmund to his feet first. He'll tag in Russell, but Phoenix gets the tag into Nate Diamond, who comes in. Clotheslines for both of the Heat Seekers. There's another round. Sigmund to the outside, and it's just Nate Diamond and Elliott Russell in the ring for the time being. Big splash. Nate Diamond is on fire. Corner to corner, going for another splash. He lands it, and this time it goes into the Bulldog. Hooks both legs of Russell. Could this be? No. A kick out by Elliott Russell. Nate Diamond immediately back to the offensive over in the corner. Maybe was looking for Chris Phoenix, but his partner's nowhere to be found. And now Sigmund from the apron with the kick, and that's enough to distract Nate Diamond long enough to taste the power slam and the diving headbutt, and that spells the end for Nate Diamond and Chris Phoenix. Elliott Russell and Sigmund will head into their big matchup with Brian Logan and Wayne Atkins November the 27th at the Horner Cup, coming off of a victory.
November the 27th is the big night. Dandridge, Tennessee, the Field of Dreams Activity Center, the Horner Cup Tournament. But we're here with the World Tag Team Champions. They have one more chance. Brian Logan and Wayne Atkins do, that is, for these Tag Team Championships, Sigmund.
Listen, there is a reason that this gold is around our waist. There is a reason that we've held it for over a year here at WFS. Now, Brian and Wayne have had opportunity after opportunity to get these from us, and they have yet to produce the victory. And the same thing that's been happening night after night when we've given you chance after chance is going to happen again when we step in the ring. And that's going to be Heat Seekers keeping tag team gold Period. November 27th, the Horner Cup, Danbridge, Tennessee. Brian Logan and Wayne Atkins last chance at the World Fighting Showcase Tag Team Championship. It also might be your last Thanksgiving dinner, because when the Heat Seekers are finished giving you the beating of your lifetime once again, there will be no more Wayne Atkins and no more Brian Logan.
Don't miss all the action November 27th, Danbridge, Tennessee. Get your tickets at WeFightStrong.com now. Hello, fight fans. Dallas Danger here. And if you're like me, you love all the action here on WFS Showdown every single week. But you don't want to wait until Saturday to see all the stars of the World Fighting Showcase. Well, I have great news for you. If you go to WFSinsider.com and become a subscriber today, you'll be the first to see Showdown each and every week. WFSinsider.com. For less than $5 a month, you can become an insider.
This is not just a podcast. House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New. This is a tribe of devoted super fans that have crashed through the barricades, torn down barriers, and broken through the fourth wall. This is a creative think tank full of people who have given way too much of their lives to professional wrestling to not be getting a paycheck. This is a secret society of elite fans from all over the globe. And guess what? It isn't a secret anymore.
House of Kayfabe, featuring Jim Cornette's lawyer, Stephen P. New, is available now on all major podcast platforms. Just click subscribe to join the Kayfabe stream and get access to unbelievable interviews, in-depth discussions, hilarious segments, and exclusive content. This is the fan-driven podcast you have been looking for.
House of Kayfabe with Brian Resner and Stephen New.